What's going on today, YouTube? My name is Spencer, and welcome to a brand new video where today we're going to be taking a look at my first sketchbook. But before we get into that, make sure you give a like, subscribe. I'm so thankful for everybody who is watching my content. I'm having a lot of fun making these videos, so I appreciate you all. But with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. So if my math is correct, I would have got this sketchbook in the year 2018. Let's see the first drawing. So this drawing was actually a project when I was in 7th grade art class. It was just to fill up an entire page with a bunch of cartoon characters. And I honestly feel like this isn't bad. I mean, I wasn't really practicing art at the time, so this is kind of just like a bunch of characters. Oh yeah, and I'm going to be giving these ratings out of 10, so I'm going to give this one, I don't know, it's kind of fun, so I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Now everything from this point on is when my art journey actually began. I remember the next drawing, and it was basically like the determining factor of whether I would keep pursuing art or not. So let's see it. I'm really excited. This isn't as good as I remember. Now for context, I was playing Batman Arkham Asylum at the time, and I really wanted to draw Batman. Before this, I liked drawing, but I didn't really feel like getting better at it. I just did it as sort of like a hobby that was like on and off. But around the summer of 2019, I was more and more curious about art, and but I wasn't sure if I was going to be good enough. So this is basically the duel of the fates of my art journey. Sorry for anyone who doesn't get that reference. And I guess 14-year-old me would have saw enough potential in this to keep going. I honestly don't know how, but I'm really glad I did. With all things considered, and the fact that this drawing is very important in my art journey, I'm going to give it some flack. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Alright, next up we have... Right, so here we have Anakin Skywalker with a red lightsaber. I actually think the idea for this drawing is kind of cool, but it doesn't help the fact that he looks like Beavis and Butthead. I don't know, the colors are really scratchy. His head is really big. His neck is super skinny. I think I'm gonna give this, a 2.3 out of 10. Alright, next up we have, Iron Man. I remember being really proud of this one when I did it. I can't quite remember what I referenced for it. I obviously did not come up with this on my own. Besides the hands being a bit wonky, I honestly think this isn't bad. I might give this a 5 out of 10. Next up we have, Spider-Man. I think I still have the comic I referenced this from. Wait one sec. I referenced this from this comic right here. It's this page right here. Now, I can barely even tell the difference between these two. Like, I'm not sure if this is the original or if this is. I mean, they're basically the same. I think this is also going to get a 5 out of 10. Actually, I'm being too nice. I think the Iron Man I'm going to knock down to a 4 out of 10, and this one is also going to get a 4 out of 10. Alright, next up we have... that's kind of cool. Now for this drawing, I referenced an artist named Christian Peterson. He's still one of the biggest influences on my art today. I think his art is super cool. I referenced one of his drawings. He did like a Batman Beyond sort of sci-fi character design. So I referenced a lot of that for this. Yeah, I think this is actually kind of cool. I'm gonna give this a 4.7 out of 10. Alright, next up we have, that's boring. It's just a hand. It looks like I traced my hand. Yeah, I literally traced my hand over this and then just drew like a terrible eye in the middle. Why is his arm like sticking out like that? Yeah, this one's gonna get a... heck, I'm gonna give this a 1.2 out of 10. Alright, next up we have the Hulk. Okay, so I was definitely experimenting with this one, with like a lot of the black shading, I guess you could call it. One of my biggest influences when I was first starting out art was Jim Lee, so I was definitely trying out a lot of like black shading, like comic book style shading. I don't think that works here, but I was definitely being ambitious with this one. He kind of looks like Shrek. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 4.6 out of 10. Alright, next up we have... I'm sorry, but Barry Allen just jump scared me there. Why does this dude's teeth look like that? Yeah, no, this isn't anything amazing, although I don't think this hand is terrible for the time. I'm gonna give this a solid 3 out of 10. Alright, next up we have Link. Oh, this is also scary. Again, his teeth just look really flat. Okay, I was definitely trying. It might not look very good, but I was trying my best, okay? I'm gonna give Link here a 4 out of 10. Yeah, that sounds right. Alright, next up we have... It's my Spider Sona. Now, to be honest, I don't think I really had much of a personality when I was 14, so I just slapped a hoodie on him and called it a day. I actually do think this is kind of a cool design. I kind of like the white and the red and the black, and it's Spider-Man. I'm gonna give Spider-Man a 5.1 out of 10. We have a new high score. Alright, next we got Batman again. This I also referenced from one of my comics, but I don't really feel like pulling that out right now. It's kind of cool. I kind of like the motion. He's like kicking. That's about it. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. Next, we got a tree. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I kind of like how it's like dead. There's a little bird right there. I'm going to give this a 4.7 out of 10. Next up, we have... Ooh, Snake. This is kind of okay. Never mind, it's not. His head is really big, again, like I did with 90% of my characters back in the day. Snake will get a 3.5 out of 10. Next up, we have... Ooh, that's actually kind of cool. It was kind of just a design I came up on my own. I think the mace has a decent amount of like perspective on it. You know, it's like the shapes. And he also has those red glowing eyes right there. I feel like I should redraw this someday. If this video gets 5 billion likes, I'll redraw it. Next up we have... Why does Ray look like Megamind right now? Besides the head being absolutely massive, this drawing still isn't super good. I'll give it a 2.7 out of 10. Alright, next up we got... Oh, I remember doing this. I remember being so proud of this one. I'm pretty sure I did this in study hall one day, because what else am I going to do in study hall? No, but I actually think this still holds up decently well. I think I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. Alright, next up we have... Ooh. Again, with the massive head. Yeah, this gets a 3.9 out of 10. Okay, I feel like this one actually isn't really bad. We got Thor. Now, his face is really wonky, but I feel like the pose actually is pretty good. I'm going to give this a cat out of 10. Alright, next up we got a lava lamp. 2 out of 10. And then we got Aloy, I think her name is, from the Horizon games. I've seen worse. Again, she kind of looks like a fish. I think the bow looks kind of decent, though. Some decent detailing on the outfit. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 10. Alright, next up we got Wonder Woman, I think. I think this falls in the same category with my Thor drawing, where the face doesn't look really good, but I think the pose and the overall composition looks pretty decent considering the time. I think this will get a 4.9 out of 10. And next up we have Spider-Man. I guess Spider-Man was the one thing I was decent at drawing. I mean, I didn't really have to draw a face with Spider-Man, unlike this monstrosity. But, you know, this isn't terrible. I'll give this a 5.8 out of 10. Next up, we have another one of these. So I think in the span of a year, I improved a lot over this one. I think the lines just look a lot more confident here, and it looks a lot more bold. I have no idea what the duck this thing is. But, you know, there's actually some level of confidence in this. And for that, I'm going to give this one a 4.9 out of 10. We're coming down to the last few drawings in here, and they're kind of just sketches I would do for art class. Like, I think there was one project where we were drawing circles. No, we were painting circles and we were trying to use like different colors. There's obviously not color in this. This is just like a sketch for it. And I did another drawing of this. This is the one I actually ended up with. You can probably barely see it, but I had like these circles and I had this triangle and I was trying to make a cool composition. So just imagine this with color. And then we have toast and eggs. I think this was for like a clay project we did. Our art teacher wanted us to like draw a sketch for it or something. And then we got some burger, fries, and pizza. And then we got a blank page, 10 out of... And that is my first sketchbook. Now, there's definitely a lot of rough drawings in here, but this was when I was just starting out. I always think it's fun to see artists' like first drawings compared to what they eventually become. Trust me, my art is a lot better now than it was back then. Just check out my Instagram. I have a lot better art on there. But anyways, I had so much fun today looking through this. I'd like to keep making more videos. I appreciate all your support. Again, thank you for liking, subscribing. Make sure you comment down below. What else do you want me to see? What else do you guys want to see? Thanks for watching.